When the Wright brothers did the first flight of 37 meters covered in 12 seconds, could they imagine that the aviation industry would take off to a multi-billion-dollar industry 120 years later? During the initial 60 years, advancements were driven by the needs of the two world wars. In the subsequent 60 years, the aviation industry has now to address the challenge of limiting its impact on climate change. The years until the net zero target of 2050 are flying by, but changing aviation industry practices takes time. Have you ever wondered how those metal structures, weighing tens of thousands of kilograms and flying higher than most birds are designed? There are two methods for it. One uses experimental setup, the other uses computers. First, to study the aerodynamic forces and to study the flow over an aircraft surface, we place scale model in instrumented laboratories called wind tunnel, in which the design is tested under controlled conditions. Then, around the 80s, helped by the emergence and growth of computing capabilities, computational aerodynamics have become a valuable option. It uses physical modeling and numerical methods to compute the aerodynamic features of a plane. To obtain a reliable and safe airplane design, it's necessary to test a large range of scenarios. In other words, a large range of flight conditions. However, both methods are expensive and are subject to multiple uncertainties and errors. The research I'm conducting uses machine learning to propose data-driven solutions. Machine learning offers powerful tools to approximate the relationship between inputs and outputs, in my case, between flight condition and design objective. My focus is on the fusion of data from these two methods. The idea is to bring together the strengths and to mitigate the limitation of data from the various sources. Each data source is represented by a machine learning model. Then, for each data source, I quantify its uncertainty. It can come from expert opinion, from past experience, or from literature. So I have different data sources modeled by machine learning algorithm and a quantified uncertainty for each. They are then all fused so that the resulting model benefits from all the available information and outputs an uncertainty that gives us the confidence we can have in the final value. The intended impact of my research is not to find new fancy design for Tom Cruise to enjoy in the next Top Gun. It is to provide new tools for aircraft manufacturers to satisfy stringent constraints on aircraft performance while meeting ambitious targets on sustainability in the aviation industry. Thank you very much.